So hello guys, welcome back to my channel, Let Her Create, where I'm sharing with you my creative journey, my tips, tricks, and things that I've learned along the way into just basically my hobbies at this point. It has been a good while since I've posted, and I am here to recap, update, and just kind of share some things that I've learned along the way and what new projects I'm into and what other hobbies I am doing, because as you can tell, I have not posted in a long time. So sit back, take a break, and let's get into it. I'm going to go into my masters, and I'm going to add my master A. And if I can, I would like to rename it. Let me work with it first and rename. So some of the elements that I'm going to take are my header and footer. I turned this into a symbol in Affinity Publisher, at least an Affinity Designer and Affinity Photo, because I use it always. This is just the standard for me. So I decided to give you kind of a quick tour of what I do with my Affinity Publisher, because I use it a lot for my digital scrapbooking. This was, in fact, how all of this got started. I went to school to become a digital scrapbooker. It's crazy, I know, but I loved all things paper, stationery, you name it. I was one of the people. I will still write a hand letter if I can. But this is just, some of these are standard. Some of these assets I added, and I was looking for one in particular, which was my sticker layout. And I'm going to go over to the first page and come up with some random thing that I want to turn into a sticker. And like I said, that's if I don't decide to recreate something else. So one of the things I wanted to point out is that if you only work in Publisher, it's only going to give you access to design and photo. You won't have the other personas that you get to work in, which is, again, probably why I wouldn't necessarily recommend creating stickers in this program or in this app, if you will, because you don't have the full benefit of the other programs, and you don't have the different personas to work in. So let's just see what we can create in here.
With the tools that we have access to. So we do have like the typical shape tools, and let's just say maybe I wanted to work on, or maybe make a day of the week sticker. And I'm not doing any rhyme or reason to this, because I'm working with the tools that we have. And really I'm kind of disappointed that I started this project, because I was kind of hoping to, be able to maybe draw, because I opened the Kawaii set, and I was like, oh, well, maybe we'll just, make those, recreate those. So we'll do Monday, and I'm going to duplicate. So I'm going to go in and change. And if you've worked in Affinity for a while, you know everything loads from the top up. So I'm going to get out of there. Ties Day, cute. Maybe Wednesday. But again, still Wednesday. I don't know why Wednesday looks funny to me, but anyways, we'll come back to it.
Back. And for whatever reason, Wednesday did not look regular to me. So I turned off the camera and went to look it up. And I know I was spelling it correctly, but I don't know. My brain just wasn't processing that properly. But anyway, there you go. So I'm making this video in particular to reply to one of the comments that I received about this. And I decided to take up the challenge, like I said in the beginning. Already, I can honestly tell you, I would not use this. I would use the program for its actual intended purpose, which, like I said, is page layout. Because as I'm sitting here thinking about if I wanted to draw or if I wanted to make different elements, I'm limited. And this is Friday. My brain. And this is Thursday. Y'all forgive me. And I'm not going to edit out these mistakes. There we go. Thursday. So in part, I'm using my finger and yeah, in the way. Okay, so there we go. So I have all of them situated. And this is supposed to be Saturday. And this is supposed to be Sunday. All right. So now we have our days of the week. And like I said, that's relatively simple because this is something that this app can handle. But as I'm looking through the tools, what's missing is like a pencil tool. I have a pen tool, but I don't have a pencil tool. I would not be able to go in and add a pixel layer. I wouldn't be able to, I can do a vector layer, which again, I would be working with the pen tool to create elements outside of what I wanted. So let's go ahead and see. And just again, some of this, I'm making basic sticker sets, just trying to see what the parameters of actually creating an entire sticker set would look like in here. And I'm just drawing off of elements that I've already created. So I'm going to, and again, see, sometimes I use the so I'm going to let me give it, there we go, a little bit. And I'm with the node tool. So there. So let's just say this is a flower petal. I'm going to close this and I'm going to duplicate. I really shouldn't get caught up in the color too much because, again, we are just learning to see if this is a suitable option for people who don't have access to the other one. I'm not going to sweat total perfection as I do on most of my other projects when I am creating. So now we're going to make the flower center. So you do have access to like the basic, you have access to the pen tool. But again, if I were creating this and I wanted to have more control over what I was doing, I would not just rely on this to make my stickers. I can honestly say I wouldn't. So there's something, and let's group it. And there we have like just a standard flower. Now we still have our effects. So if I wanted to, I could turn this into a 3D flower or what have you, but general sticker set is what we're making. Now sometimes I do like to add an outline so you do have that full sticker appearance. That's always fun to me. So we'll add a white background. And there you go. So you have those sticker element. Oh. And you know how fickle this is. You have to come out of the menu. And I still didn't come out of the menu. There we go. To make it not be there. All right. So there's that one. And let's see what other tools we have. We have the color picker and the style picker. And again, they're talking about just the color and the style for the text that is laid out in your document. If you're really good with the pen tool, I would say go for it. But when I think publisher, I do not think of creating stickers. I think of maybe creating my background. I think of creating maybe the textual aspects of it, or layouts, or ebooks, or anything else. I do not think of this program first for creating a sticker set. I do not. But that, like I said, that is just me, because you're very limited with what you can do. And let's see, I'm going to try to make a bug. Here lately, this is probably because of where I've been. I've been seeing like a lot of different bugs. And I was in Pennsylvania, and they have a bug that is very invasive. And I'm not using rhyme or reason, because this part of the bug is going to be, I'm going to drop it in, and I'm going to fill it up with another color. So I'm going to duplicate. Then I'm going to reflect. There we go. Oh, so I did that wrong. There we go. It's already in there. See? So I'm gonna add, just make a little head for my bug. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Don't want that. So I'm gonna, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Anyway. I'm going to duplicate. There. So, so far, I'm kind of happy with this little bug that I have made here. I think I'm going to add a different color to the stroke in the same family. Of color. Yeah, that way we kind of keep the same color flow. So I wasn't sure what I was going to do with that at first, but I'm going to delete it because I have since added more. I'm going to duplicate. And then we're going to flip it. And it has to do a little bit of rotating. And I'm going to bring the other one down some. I'm going to bring this one up some. There, that looks better to me. So it's a kind of a primitive moth, but if I had more tools, I would probably add some shading and also take advantage of the shape builder tool that is now in Affinity Designer 2. And keep in mind, guys, I do not get paid for this. This is just me, showing what I've been able to do and how I utilize these tools to help me generate an additional form of income. And then plus, this is my happy space when I am being creative. So I'm going to take the stroke off my little bug and just see what it looks like. I will probably export this stuff out. The two things that I made in here, I would probably export it out and make some other, or, utilize some different features in it as well. Now I can add a gradient to the objects that I've created in here as well. But to answer your question, I just think that you're at a limited, I just think you're very limited in making stickers in Affinity Publisher to no fault of its own, because this is not the program. This is not the software. This is not the app for creating. This is a page layout app. But again, if you are a whiz at the pen tool, and sometimes I'm not so great at utilizing the pen tool, I will use other objects and the shape tool to get what I need done. And that is just a quick take on how I feel about working with Affinity Publisher. I know if you look up other content creators, Elaine Giles has a nice 2-hour video on the subject, and I did watch it and partake, and I just remember thinking it was just way too cumbersome and clunky for me. But again, I wanted to try it, and this is what I came up with. Maybe if I were just doing stickers or word stickers or something like that, it might work. But just for me in this aspect, I don't find it very functional, and I don't find it very peaceful, because I was still kind of stretching and looking for tools that aren't in the app that I have access to in the photo and in the designer app. So I hope this helps some. If you know some other tips and tricks or some things that I can be doing in here, go ahead and drop them in the comment section. I would appreciate it if you have more knowledge of creating stickers, not just the program itself. I know how to do page layout. But this is, like I said, I wanted to see what my brain could do and kind of what we would have access to in this process. So I hope that helps you figure it out, and have a good day.